The idyllic tranquility of Pahalgam, a jewel nestled in the Himalayas, was shattered on April 27, 2025. A heinous terror attack ripped through the heart of the town, leaving behind a trail of devastation and despair. 26 innocent lives were extinguished, victims of a senseless act of violence that shook the nation to its core. The picturesque landscape, once a symbol of serenity, became a grim reminder of the ever-present threat of terrorism. The attack sent shockwaves throughout India, igniting anger and grief in equal measure. Emergency responders worked tirelessly to tend to the wounded and recover the deceased. Security forces on high alert launched a massive manhunt to track down the perpetrators and bring them to justice. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, visibly shaken by the tragedy, addressed the nation, assuring them that this act of cowardice would not go unpunished. He promised a swift and decisive response, one that would make the perpetrators pay a heavy price for their actions. The attack in Pahalgam was not just an assault on innocent lives, it was an attack on the very idea of India, a secular, democratic nation striving for peace and progress. The Pahalgam attack served as a clarion call for action, galvanizing the Indian government into a resolute response. Prime Minister Modi convened a high-level security meeting on April 29, 2025, gathering key figures like the Defence Minister, National Security Advisor, Chief of Defence Staff, and the chiefs of the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The message was clear: India would not be cowed by terrorism. The Prime Minister, demonstrating unwavering resolve, granted the armed forces full operational freedom. This unprecedented move signaled a paradigm shift in India's counter-terrorism strategy. The military was empowered to choose how, when, and where to respond, unshackled from bureaucratic constraints. The armed forces, equipped with the autonomy to act swiftly and decisively, prepared for a multi-pronged response. The Home Secretary immediately chaired a security meeting, urging all security agencies to maintain a state of high alert. Instructions were issued to bolster security measures across the country, particularly in vulnerable areas and crowded public spaces. Intelligence agencies went into overdrive, working round the clock to gather actionable intelligence on the perpetrators of the Pahalgam attack and their network. India's response to the Pahalgam attack was not confined to military preparations. It was equally forceful on the diplomatic front. The government launched a multi-pronged diplomatic offensive, aiming to isolate Pakistan internationally and hold it accountable for harboring terrorist groups. India's diplomatic missions across the globe were activated to engage with their host countries and garner support for India's position. One of the most significant diplomatic measures taken was the cancellation of all existing visas issued to Pakistani nationals. Furthermore, India decided to review and potentially revoke Pakistan's most favored nation status, a trade privilege granted by India despite strained relations. In a move that sent shockwaves across the border, India also decided to temporarily halt the flow of water from its rivers to Pakistan under the Indus Water Treaty. India's diplomatic offensive was relentless, with the government leaving no stone unturned in its efforts to expose Pakistan's duplicity and garner international support. Section 4. Echoes of Conflict. As India grappled with the aftermath of the Pahalgam attack and prepared for a befitting response, tensions along the line of control escalated dramatically. Ceasefire violations, a grim reminder of the fragile peace in the region, became a nightly occurrence. For 5 consecutive nights following the attack, Pakistani forces resorted to unprovoked firing and shelling, targeting Indian military positions and civilian areas alike. The Indian Army, ever vigilant and prepared, responded with calibrated and measured retaliation. Artillery duels lit up the night sky as Indian forces targeted Pakistani bunkers and launch pads that were used for ceasefire violations. The Indian Army, while retaliating, remained committed to avoiding civilian casualties and collateral damage, a testament to its professionalism and restraint. The continuous ceasefire violations and India's measured responses highlighted the volatile situation along the LOC. The international community watched with bated breath, urging both sides to exercise restraint and de-escalate the situation. Section 5. The stakes at hand. The Pahalgam attack and its aftermath brought into sharp focus the enduring significance of Pahalgam and the Indus Water Treaty in the complex geopolitical landscape of the region. Pahalgam, a symbol of Kashmiriyat, the unique syncretic culture of Kashmir, represented India's secular fabric and its commitment to peaceful coexistence. The attack on Pahalgam was therefore not just an attack on a place, it was an assault on the very idea of India. India's decision to temporarily halt the flow of water to Pakistan under the treaty, while controversial, underscored the high stakes involved. The international community, recognizing the potential for the situation to spiral out of control, urged both India and Pakistan to engage in dialogue and find a peaceful resolution. The Pahalgam attack served as a stark reminder that the path to peace and stability in South Asia remains fraught with challenges. It underscored the need for a concerted international effort to address the root causes of terrorism and compel Pakistan to dismantle the terror infrastructure on its soil.